Alright, welcome back everybody to another Vintage Cube. Here we are jumping in with our first pack. No need for too much preamble, you know the deal. We're chasing the trophies, we're picking the cards, we're playing the games. Alright. So, our first pack here, no power as usual, but we got a couple of decent picks with Blue to Delta, probably one of the strongest duels. I do like black quite a bit, and the blue's of course insane. Grim Monolith, strong Accelerant. Time Spiral is actually a really powerful card as well. I could see starting with this and trying to move into something like Storm or another combo deck. Karn, probably not a first pick, but pretty good. I think I'll just take Delta, stay nice and flexible here. Bit better than Grim Monolith. And yeah, that makes sense to me. Could definitely a little tempted to jump on this Time Spiral and go for something crazy, but I like having good mana, so gonna start there. Ooh, okay. And you know what? I'm gonna pick Entomb as our second pick here. I haven't done Reanimator yet this season. And Entomb, I find, is the most important card for Reanimator. There's plenty of ways to bring stuff back out of the graveyard, but Entomb obviously lets you search your library for just your best target rather than having to like draw it and then find a way to discard and all that rigmarole. So Entomb is probably the best Reanimator card in the whole cube. If you don't want to go that direction, you know, Raphaelos and Treachery are both solid picks here, I think. But yeah, I'm gonna lean hard into this, and we'll see how it goes. All right, and we just immediately get an Animate Dead, so gonna pick that one up. This is, you know, one of the better ones. Basically, with reanimation spells, the cheaper the better. So Reanimate is number one, and Animate Dead's number two, as far as I'm concerned. Ashen Rider is a good target. There's a good chance it wheels. Not a lot of people want that card. Other noteworthy cards, I mean, we're picking Animate Dead 100%, but other noteworthy cards in the pack, Sylvan Library I think is quite good. Can dig you into the things you need. Skyclave Apparition is excellent. Just deals with anything, and all they get is a useless token when it dies, rather than them getting the card back, so pretty fantastic. Beyond that, I don't think I'd pick anything else out of this pack, like Power Stone's an alright accelerant, but it's a little clunky. But yeah, well, Entomb into Animate Dead is an excellent start. And you know, I'll probably take Sneak Attack here. And Reanimator decks can often be Sneak decks as well. Obviously, doesn't work quite as well with Eldrazi unless we get some of the fast reanimation, so the instant speed reanimation spells. But there's plenty of targets that are good with both, so I'm happy to pick that up and go from there. Beyond that, the lands would be pretty decent. Bayou in particular, I think, is solid. There's often a couple of green cards you want to splash in particular. Oh, the name's escaping me. I'm going to look real foolish here, but it's the card that lets you discard creatures to search for other creatures. Anyway, I'll take a sneak attack. Alright, so now we're finally having to pick something a little different, and I think the red is quite good, and obviously it's in the two colors we're already in. You know, buys us some time with being able to provide chump blockers and then potentially deal with threats as well. I could see taking a Braid as well, also a good card, but I think the red is a cut above. Not much else here I'd consider. Massacre Worm if it wheels up pick up, but it's more of a sideboard option than a main deck. Reanimation target, you know, this is good against like aggressive decks or Mono Green or something where you can wipe out their board with it, but against a lot of decks it's just a 6/5, so take the ready here. Alright, we could take Putrid Imp, but as far as discard outlets go, this is one of the worst ones. Like, it's just a 1/1, so you're really putting in your deck just to be able to discard cards, and we already have Entomb. I'm a little less excited about that. I would like to pick up some tutors, maybe, to go potentially find this Entomb. And then, you know, there's just better discard outlets than Putrid Imp, so this is once again something I might pick up on the wheel. It's not a card a lot of people want, though this is getting pretty late in the pack, so might not get there. For us, I think Hero's Downfall is the pick. I could see taking the Dragon. It's not really a great reanimation target, but it's just a fine card to cast. But I think I don't mind having something that can remove creatures and planeswalkers here. Probably just take a Phantasmal here. If you can reanimate something big and then copy it, that's often pretty good. And there's nothing else in this pack that interests me too much. We're currently on blue, but you often end up in blue just because this is cube and blue's great. All right, here I'll take a nice piece of fixing. And you know, we don't have any fatties yet, but I'm not worried. We'll find some. So yeah, take a cliffs here. Contamination maybe? Don't mind that. You know, if we get our reanimator shenanigans going, then we're hopefully ahead. But if we don't, then having something that can wipe the board is pretty good. I could see Direfleet Daredevil as another option. This card's generally pretty decent. Your opponent usually has something to hit, but I like having a Wrath. Lotus Petal actually not insane also. I think I'll take Impulse here. Again, if we find the fixing to be all three colors, then I like the idea of having an Impulse to dig us towards our combos. Over Overgrown Tomb, even though I mentioned green could be a splash, but it looks like we're going to be three colors already, so probably going to want to avoid that one. All right, here I will take the Ashen Rider. It's not the best with Sneak Attack or Reanimation, but it's close enough for both that I'm happy to take it over something like Liliana, which is pretty slow mostly. It's a good card, but it does cost 5, so. All right, I'll take the Bayou here. Maybe we play it. Liliana's Triumph's a fine sideboard option. Okay, the Putrid Imp Wield, I'll probably put it in the deck. I just didn't want to spend an early pick on it. Hazard does let us discard cards, but I don't think that's where we want to be. Alright, so what do we got? We got card draw here. Just getting a little bit organized. Tomb, Reanimate. Hero's Downfall's a removal spell, and then Damnation's basically a removal spell, and then here's our fatty stack. This pack's pretty bad. I'm gonna take Blood Crypt. We can fetch it with Polluted Delta, so that's nice. I could see Baleful Strix as well, just a good card, but rather make sure I can cast my spells. I guess I could take a Remand also. There's a reasonable chance this wheels. Blood Crypt's not something that a lot of people want. This is close. This is close for me. Yeah, I'll take Remand. I think the Blood Crypt has a good chance of wheeling. If I knew it wasn't wheeling, I'd probably take it, but since I think there's a reasonable chance, I'm good with this one. All right, we got two different tutors here, both of which are not the best. Obviously, prefer the tutors that go to hand rather than the ones that go on top of the deck. I might just take Underground Sea. Having a blue-black duel is great. And I hope one of these two wheels. If it doesn't, I'm not too distraught about it. Okay, I'll immediately get a Watery Grave, which makes that a little bit worse, but that's okay. There's other things to pick here. I could take Inferno Titan, solid reanimation target, solid sneak target, and we can just cast it. So that's all good stuff. We can take a Mana Leak as interaction or Inquisition as interaction. I think I like Mana Leak better between the two. So I'm not going to take Watery Grave here. Obviously, again, I'd put in my deck, but we already have the Delta and the Underground Sea, so we're doing kind of okay on that department. Am I worried about big stuff or am I worried about interaction right now? I think Inferno Titan's good enough since it kind of checks all three boxes. I think that makes it quite strong in that we can play it, we can sneak it, we can reanimate it, and we're happy with the results in all of those cases. Oath's interesting. We currently just, well, I guess we have Putrid and Phantasmal Image that would get in the way. So I'm probably not going to pick this here, but if it wheels, I might grab it and see where that goes. Here, I'll probably just take another piece of fixing. Could take Night's Whisper as well. Strong card draw for sure. We do need ways to dig to our combos here. So maybe that's better than a mediocre piece of fixing. Yeah, I think that's probably true, actually. Okay, here I'm just going to take Miscalculation. Bob's pretty good, but our deck's going to have some pretty expensive cards in it, so it's a little bit risky, I think. So let's just take another nice, cheap counterspell. And, you know, we can look to... Ooh, here we go. All right, that's a discard outlet I can get behind, Liliana. So definitely snagging that one over Scarab God. That's awesome. All right, here... There's not really much. Makeshift Mannequin's interesting if we get an Eldrazi that sort of gets us somewhere. We can do sneak stuff or mannequin stuff with it. Might just take the Flame Slash, though. We don't currently have much in the way of creature removal. I guess we do. We have Akira's Downfall and Damnation. This is definitely a nice one to have sometimes. I'll take the Mannequin. I'm probably not going to main deck it unless we find Eldrazi, but it's a good one to have in our back pocket. Ooh, Spellseeker's nice. It can go find us Entomb. I can't find us a reanimation spell currently. We need to find more than just Animate Dead, ideally, but I'll take Spellseeker, I think. It can pick up Entomb, it can pick up just a card draw spell, a couple of counters if I need them, so that seems fine. Tropical Island is more green. Or it's like a Phyrexian Rager is just a thing. I'll take the Trop. There's a chance we grab a green card somewhere down the line. Ooh, the Imperial Seal Wield. That's fantastic. I'll definitely be taking that one. And let's see. Okay, well, here's the Ulamog. I could also take Inquisition or... probably not that. I think the Ulamog's pretty good. Let's grab that one over Inquisition. Nothing that I want to play here. I'll take a Show and Tell for the board. So yeah, the Mannequin probably gets in now. Temple Garden's pretty far away from what we know it's doing. I don't really see playing any of these cards. I'll take a 3/3, sure. Oh, poor Sarulf. Just never got there. But if we need to put a 3/3 in our deck for some reason, there he is, ready to help. Or she, actually, I'm not sure. There they are, in any case. So our deck's looking okay. We have some cheap cards. We could use something that isn't an Eldrazi that we can bring in off of like Sneak and Reanimation. That would be pretty cool. Progendas is certainly not it. Fracture Identity's a really strong card, but we're already stretching our mana pretty thin, and I don't have any white fixing, so I probably can't take that one. So for me, this is between Verdant for more fixing versus Force of Will versus Counterspell. And which one of these I take basically depends on my number of blue cards, which is currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I probably can't afford to take the Force. This is being Counterspell and Verdant. And I think our mana needs help. Verdant is an Underground Sea, basically, and then it can also find like this Trop Bayou stuff, so I think that's worth grabbing. Okay, here's a Through the Breach. That's kind of interesting. I guess I can't pick it up with Spellseeker, but it's probably just the pick. I could take Frantic Surge. It's a good discard outlet as well. And it's less likely to wield than Through the Breach, I think. Wishclaw is actually not unreasonable, though I don't have a good way to deal with it once I give it to them. I have like ready to destroy it, maybe. I think I take the Search and try to wield the Breach, maybe. I could take another Eldrazi here. I could take a Bloodstained Mire. It's another copy of Sea. You can also search a red. That's pretty good. Shores as well, pretty strong. There's a Corpse Dance too, which is another fast reanimation spell, which is cool. What am I most likely to need here? I do need to pick up one more fatty, but Puzzle is like not the most impressive of them. Just gonna take more fixing. I think it's hard to go wrong with that, and we'll see. We'll see where we get from there. This pack's pretty bad. Don't imagine I'll play any of these cards. I could take either Rampage or Languish. I'll take a Languish for the sideboard if we play against somewhere multiple Wraths are good. That's fine. Okay, here I'll take a Duress. It's a good piece of interaction. So that's fine. Okay, Grave Titan is solid. That's another thing that is kind of... It's good with Sneak, it's good with Reanimate, it's good to cast, so I'm a big fan of that one. Collective Brutality, also a decent discard outlet, but it looks like we're not like actually leaning that heavily on the whole reanimation thing, so... this deck is missing a bit of ramp, like we actually don't have any at all, so we're going to be playing pretty slowly, unfortunately. Force of Negation, solid. But Steam Vents is probably better. We have Bloodstained Mire to find it and Polluted Delta to find it. Yeah, that's probably going to be the pick. Force, again, not quite as good, and we don't have as many blue cards as I'd like, though we got a few more in the meantime. So this is many Thoughtseize and Shallow Grave. Shallow Grave definitely better than Mannequin, I think. We have a decent amount of interaction already. We have, oops, we have a Duress, we have a couple counter spells. Yeah, I'll take the Shallow Grave. We need something in that department. Okay, Force of Will Wheeling is interesting. It's probably better than Shriek Maw. We have now one, two, oh, anything over there, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blue cards. Ugh. Is this any good? It's okay. It's not amazing. I'll take the Force, but it's tough sell in this deck, I think. Faithless Looting's actually quite good. Okay, Regisaur versus Corpse Dance. Probably take Corpse Dance, and then we don't have to play the Makeshift Mannequin. Didn't quite get there on the fatties. I would have liked one more like really big one, but I think this. I might play a Pack Rat, sure. Trigon and Chupacabra, at least a sideboard card, maybe something I put in the main deck. Alright, I have to step away for just a second for deck building here. Okay, that was a really interesting draft. Time to try and build this thing. Definitely a lot of close decisions there. Our deck could end up looking probably 5-6 cards different on just very small margins. And it's hard for me to say right now if that would be better or worse, but definitely some close ones there. Okay, so this is 25. Let's group separately, I guess. These are like curve plays. Kind of want to play that on curve. These are just huge things. I'm probably going to get rid of Putrid Imp. We got enough ways to discard that I don't need a really bad one like that, which is why I'd want to pick it highly. But yeah, we have Liliana, we have Faithless Looting, and Frantic Search. Those are all just way, way better. And of course we have our Entomb. What's the next worst card in here? What does Spellseeker get? Let's take a look at that. Is an instant or sorcery with CMC 2 or less. So we can get Shallow Grave. That's pretty important. Night's Whisper for just value. Remand and Miscalc are like not amazing, but it is something. Impulse, not super likely to need. Faithless Looting, okay, so we can get a way to discard cards. I can get our Entomb, we can get our Duress. Yeah, those are all good. So I like Spellseeker here. I like both Titans. I like the Ashen Rider well enough. It's like, if I had a better fatty, I'd use it instead, but I think Ashen Rider is okay. I like Hero's Downfall. I like Corpse Dance. I like Frantic Search. This is a tough one. There's not an obvious cut for me here. It might be the Force of Will. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just 6 blue cards. It's going to be hard to cast. And when you have to pay retail for Force of Will, it's pretty bad. So I'm going to have it live in the sideboard unless there's like a matchup where we absolutely need a free counter spell. You know, if we're playing as like a channel deck or something where they're just going to own us early if we don't have it. We'll bring that in. We have a really strong sideboard against any kind of creature strategy with Chupacabra and Languish. Land's Triumph for playing against like an opposing Reanimator deck, possibly. Show and Tell against aggro could be a thing. Angress Rampage is another good sacrifice effect that we have. We have Serulf if we need a vanilla 3/3 and doesn't do anything. Be fantastic. Alright, let's combine groups, add all these lands back. I guess, do I need the Bayou and stuff? Let's look at that. So we have Bayou Trop as green duels, which could be good for Verdant. Like, Verdant can pick up Underground Sea right now. So it can already pick up blue-black, but this lets it pick up blue and black I guess there's no reason to play Bayou, right? Unless something else. See, Meyer doesn't care about it. Delta doesn't care. Yeah, so I don't need to play Bayou. Tropical Island gives Verdant a second blue target over just Underground Sea, if that's something we ever care about. We don't need double blue cards, but like it could come up, and the downside of playing Tropical is very, very small. It's just basically specifically Wasteland, so if we see a Wasteland, maybe we side it out, but you know, we have other non-basics anyway, so it doesn't matter that much. Okay, so as far as building our mana, let's look at that. Okay, we have obviously lots of black, lots of blue, not that much red. We have the Inferno Titan, but we have a couple other ways to get into play. Though we do have Faithless, which is an early card, Duretti, which is an early card, and Sneak, which kind of wants double red. So I don't go too low. I'd like maybe 6-ish, but 5 might be more realistic. Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 already. Okay, so with 2 mountains, we go up to 6. It's pretty good. Definitely no need of planes. Black right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's pretty good. So this is 10 black. I could probably go down to 9 pretty easily though. 10's not a bad idea. And then blue right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 already. So this is also 9 blue. That's quite good actually. Our mana is a little bit better than I expected. So yeah, I guess we'll add that 10th black in. Black again, our main color. And yeah, I think this is the deck. Let's sort by CMC here. It's pretty good, but the fact that we have 0 ways to accelerate worries me. We have some cheap interactions, that helps. We can often do something on turn 2 that'll disrupt the opponent's game plan. But yeah, not having, like, obviously, Moxen and stuff are what you really want, but even something like a Signet helps a long way, and we just don't have that. But, you know, I think this deck can still do okay, so yeah, I'm gonna save it, take a screenshot, and I'll see you in match number 1. Alright, here we are for the first match, and this is a fine opening hand. Obviously, it doesn't exactly have any proactive plays, but we got nice interaction, Spell Seeker to go find something, so I'm gonna keep that one. I believe we're on the draw here, yeah. So that makes it definitely a little bit worse. These definitely shine more on the play, but it's okay. Probably want to go find a red-blue land with this. Let's go do that. That'll give us a red source and have double blue if we need it. Grab Steam Vents. Do not pay life. Okay, I guess I can just play Cliffs now. Let's see. Looks like we might be in some sort of control mirror. Inquisition me. I'll definitely miscalc that. They had the land afterwards. Interesting. Okay, Damnation looking like it might not be very good here. Let's just go Underground Sea and pass. I don't want to have this remand up. I'm not in a hurry to use the Spell Seeker. I don't even know exactly what we'd be looking for. So. Until we have some part of our combo, the Spell Seeker doesn't quite get there. So we can, again, just look for something that, like, look for a card draw spell, for example. It's okay, but it would be better to just, like, go find the Entomb or the Shallow Grave or whatever, depending on what we have already. Brainstorm, sure. I am curious if they're also reanimatory or if they're trying to just yeah, if they're just a control deck, because I mean blue-black control is definitely a fine archetype. See if they have a shuffle effect here for their brainstorm. Wouldn't surprise me. They keep playing their lands post doing stuff. Okay, looks like we're just gonna play the waiting game some more. That's fine by me. Ooh, Doretti's good. Uh, Still gonna hold off for now. I'll try to resolve it next turn, probably. Our opponent just playing very carefully. They pretty likely have a counterspell here. Okay. Oh, there's an animate dead. Okay. So now I think I play Spellseeker, which they're actually likely to let resolve, because I mean it's not much of a threat on its own. Yeah, that's fine. And they want to counter it. I'm still okay with that too. Okay. Yes, and I'm gonna go ahead and just pick up an Entomb here. And look to go Entomb Reanimate. Yep, they are a Reanimator deck. Okay. No point remanding that. At least they have an Exhume, we have a good answer, but... Oh, they got the Gristlebrand. That's scary. I can copy it with Phantasmal Image, but... Oh, they do have an Exhume. Okay. I guess I just cast Entomb then? They're probably going to have a counter for it, but... What's my alternative? I could remand this, they just recast it, doesn't really do anything. Yeah, I'll just cast Entomb. Alright, and I guess we're just getting Ashen Rider to kill the Gristlebrand. Yeah, Ulamog doesn't quite work, so yeah, just gonna have to be Ashen Rider. It's not incredible, but it works. They could have a fast reanimation on the Ashen Rider here, and that would be pretty good. Okay. Bring that one in. I'll destroy Gristlebrand. They're gonna, of course, draw in response, but it's gonna be hard to save Gristlebrand from this, and it is an exile effect as well, which is relevant. Alright, that's pretty nice. You do have a lot of cards in hand, but at least they'll have to lose another permanent if they want to deal with the Ashen Rider. Depending on what you do, I might do something like a Doretti, sacrifice, reanimate it to kill a bunch of stuff. I could also Phantasmal Image, then Doretti, sacrifice the Phantasmal Image. With Demonic Tutor, okay. Don't know what they could do for a single black here. We're definitely gonna wreck a lot of their lands. Oh, Bizarre, okay, okay. So you could still reanimate something, but they only have a single black for it, so... I don't know how bad this can be. Got an Iona and a... Well, Inkwell's certainly not going to beat us. So they could reanimate Iona if they want. Wow, okay, they went hard here. I still don't even think reanimating Iona is that good. They're going to hymn me? Okay. I discard Phantasmal and Doretti. Well, those were my two best cards, but... I have Animate Dead on their Iona now. That seems pretty strong. And I still have Remand as well. Definitely attack. And yeah, I could get my own Phantasmal Image back instead, but that's really do anything. Exiling one permanent doesn't look like it does much here, so let's just animate the Iona. And we get to stop them from casting black spells, which should be pretty good. Should at least make it hard to remove this. Okay. So we win that one. Yeah, casting Zoom when they knew I had an Entomb in hand was a little bit tricky for sure. Okay, so we're playing a Reanimator Mirror. Their deck looks a little bit better than ours, I think. So we're pretty lucky to get out of that one. Triumph looks pretty good. That's generally a good matchup for it. Let's see, Mischief Mannequin can't hit their graveyard, so I don't want that. Chupacabra could be okay. Actually, Rampage maybe. Yeah, I think I like the sacrifice effects here. It gets around a few things. So let's maybe bring those in. Let's see. We can cut Damnation, I think. And then what else did I cut here? Phantasmal's good. Shallow Grave's still fine. Liliana's a little bit dangerous. It also lets them discard, but it is also a way to deal with their creatures, so I think it's still fine. We have the Titans. Maybe the Titans are a little bit too low ball here, but just don't have that many like huge things. Duress and Tomb Seal. These are all good things. Night's Whisper's good. Yeah, I'm actually going to cut Liliana. I'm not sure if that's right, but it just feels like downside is kind of real. All right, they're mulliganing. Kind of want to mulligan this. Like, we have a piece of interaction and then just a Grave Titan. It doesn't seem amazing. I think I'll mulligan this one. This isn't amazing, but it's at least two pieces of interaction. It's got to be better, right? I'll keep this, and I guess I'll put the Ashen Rider back so I can maybe entomb it at some point. I have the Shallow Grave here. If I can discard the Ulamog at some point. Although... maybe it's better to put the yeah, it's tricky. Yeah, I'll put the Ashen Rider back. Let's see. Let's see where we get from there. They have some sort of Thoughtseize effect. This hand's fairly resilient to that. Yeah. So I can either take one of my removal effects or the Shallow Grave. I imagine they'll take the Shallow Grave, but who knows, maybe they want to get through these. Maybe I should actually play the Underground Sea first. I forgot they have Him to Turok, so I should be getting my good lands down. I'm used to trying to play around Wasteland. Vedic Spellseeker, interesting. Okay. These do get worse when they know about them. Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess I'll use it. I don't really have a lot of options. They're deciding they want to discard something here, I guess. I could Shallow Grave the Spellseeker at some point if it comes to that. They're discarding a Swamp? Is that a misclick? Why would you discard a Swamp here? Very confused. Okay, Night's Whisper makes sense. That had to be a misclick, right? Sorry, trying to get the threshold. Okay, they have this Iona now. That's concerning. Drew an impulse. That's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, if they resolve Iona, there's not a whole lot I can do at that point, but I can't really stop it. So here we go. I'm just gonna. Well, maybe I impulse first, actually. Yeah, let's just impulse on my turn because there's a reasonable chance I find. I have some kind of hand disruption, right? I have like a duress, yeah. Find duress, I could find Imperial Seal. Those would both do something. Faithless Looting, not as much. Yeah, let's do it. Let's try it. Okay. If I play land this turn, I have. So I could take Miscalc in the case that they don't have a reanimation spell this turn. It maybe does something. I can always cycle it later. The ready isn't much of an answer since it's the same color as Angrath's. Could just take the land. I think I'll take the miscalculation here. Just pray that they don't have a reanimation spell, but seems unlikely. Oh, it's just him. Okay, that's fine-ish. Okay, they got my removal. That sucks. Still possible they reanimate this turn. And they have Moxjet too. Their deck's really good. Played Mishra's Factory. Okay, that's fine. Oh, I drew an animate dead. That's pretty good. Probably just reanimate their Iona again. It seems pretty strong. I don't know why they keep putting it in the graveyard for me, but that's fine. Black again. Pass. And they've conceded. All right. Well, that works for me. We've managed to win the Reanimator mirror. I think they have the better Reanimator deck. Maybe just Bizarre and like Exhume and stuff. Not so good in the mirror, but I think they'll be all right in future matches. But I'll see you for number 2. All right, here's our second match, and this hand looks fantastic. We have a couple ways to dig. We have a Phantasmal Image to potentially copy something they do. So, seems good. We are on the draw again, unfortunately. Mono red could be scary if that's what this is. Knight's Whisper certainly a lot worse when you're facing on an aggressive deck. Yeah, alright. I guess I'll lead on Faithless Looting in that case. Okay, the ready's decent. It creates blockers. Imperial Seal's okay. I have to discard 2 cards. I'll probably get rid of a Swamp. And I guess the Knight's Whisper. I have enough action here, I think, and I don't want to worry about losing life. Probably go Impulse or Phantasmal Image on turn 2. Probably just Impulse. Phantasmal Imaging like a Zergo doesn't seem too good to me. The ready, it's going to buy some time, hopefully, when we cast it. It should be able to create some blockers, and then they're going to have to like attack it or bolt it or something. Should be good. And I'm hoping the Impulse finds us something that can like combo with the Imperial Seal to do something. Take 3. Okay, they don't have extra mana, which is good. Spellseeker's okay. Can I set something up with this Spellseeker? I could Imperial Seal now. The next turn I would draw, let's say, an Animate Dead or something. Then I Spellseeker for Entomb. I have Entomb Reanimate. It's a little slow with the 1 Swamp. Maybe I shouldn't have discarded my Swamp. I could also search for my Damnation. That doesn't look particularly strong at the moment. I think I'm just going to Impulse here. Just a little bit more mana efficient, and we just don't have the black mana to do the plays we want. Now, granted, playing an island is not going to fix that exactly, but here we go. Okay, they drew the second land, so that could be bad news. Definitely feeling a lot of pressure here. Gonna have to find something pretty quickly. Oh, they just have nothing? Alright, well, I like nothing. It's impulse. Okay, there's damnation. I will take that. Seems pretty good here. Unfortunately, we milled 3 lands over, which isn't so good. Okay, that's awesome. So now... I think I still go for Duretti. I mean, they could easily have a Bolt or something in hand. Like, they obviously have a handful of spells, right? But Duretti still gets to make a blocker, and then it's at 4 loyalty, so, like, it kind of takes a little bit of effort for them to kill it. And I can follow up with Damnation at some point here. I mean, it's possible they're just like a bigger red deck and they have a bunch of like dragons and things like that stuck in their hand, but I'll definitely happily block the Zergo here if that's what happens. That's what it comes down to. And the following turn, depending on what happens, on what the board state looks like, I'm either going to Damnation or play Spellseeker Imperial Seal and just make sure I do it in the right order. And that should give us a win from there. We can Spellseeker for Entomb, Imperial Seal for Reanimate or Shallow Grave or something, and yeah, set up a pretty straightforward win from there. Our opponent tanking hard here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause while they're in the tank. Okay, here we go. Our opponent decided to cast a Mana Crypt, which is scary. And I assume they're going to have some kind of 4-drop to follow. So I imagine this will be a Damnation. But let's see what they do. All right. So Sulfuric Vortex. Okay. It's gonna be tough to beat, but not impossible. Still have a decent amount of life here. They have no follow-up with it. All right. I wonder where these are attacking. They're attacking at the ready. Okay. That also buys me even more time, so we'll chomp. Yep, that's gonna deal me some damage. It's fine. Oh, I drew the Animate dead. Interesting. So now I don't even have to Imperial Seal, which is good because I don't want to use that life. So definitely play my Swamp, play, or not play, but make a token here. Hi, kitty. Let's see. So definitely Spellseeker. I guess we'll just Spellseeker for Entomb. Plan to play the Entomb, play Animate next turn. And I'll just probably get one of the Titans here. Should clean up this board pretty nicely. So let's do that. Yes. Give me an Entomb. Pass. Yeah, I'm not sure how they could deal with something like a Grave Titan, for example. I'll be able to phantasmal image it as well, so that's pretty good. Yeah, it seems like two Grave Titans should lock up this board pretty well. I mean, it's still possible we just lose to burn because of Sulfuric Vortex, but shouldn't take any combat damage this turn unless they use burn on the creatures, which then means it's not gonna hit her face. So I think we'll be okay. I could get my Rider and just exile the Vortex. That would probably also be fine. Okay, you do have Hell Rider. That's unfortunate. He's gonna attack me now. That would kind of make sense. I guess this hits the Planeswalker's dying. So they could attack already, but then I even have to block. Yeah, so they attack me. I'm taking 4 here, going to 8. It's pretty dangerous. See, I do have to decide. I could get 2 Inferno Titans. I'll kill Hell Rider, kill like Monastery Swift Spear. And then those clean the game up pretty nicely from there. Or I can get 2 Ashen Riders, get rid of Vortex and Hell Rider, and try to win that way. Yeah, they're going at my face. That makes sense. Definitely going to block here. Let's see, this can only kill artifacts or creatures. Yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and block. All right, so I'm at 8. I'm going 2-6. Oh, man. I think the Inferno Titans are better because they have a better chance of winning the game. Although the Phantasmal Image one is extremely likely to die, I guess. And though if they have burn spells, I'm probably dead anyway. So what I could do is get my Ashen Rider, blow up the Vortex, blow up the Hell Rider, then use the Ready to blow up the copy to like kill their Mana Crypt and also kill either a land or just one of their creatures, and I'd be at 6. Just hoping they don't have like 2 bolts. Or I get 2 Inferno Titans, I kill a lot of their stuff, but then one of my Inferno Titans is pretty likely to die. Yeah, I think I'll go for the Ashen Rider play. It's slightly safer. Let's do it. Alright. So we'll go Animate Dead, Ashen Rider, 1, 2. Comes in. I exile Vortex. I play Phantasmal. This is legendary, right? Okay, no. I play Phantasmal Image. I copy Ashen Rider. I kill Hell Rider. And then I'm gonna go. Oh, this can only sacrifice an artifact, not a creature. That is not what I thought that did. Sacrifice an artifact. Huh. Okay, well, that makes things worse, but whatever. We'll make a defender. Go from there. If they have a burn spell for the Rider, at least that does something. I can Faithless Looting at some point here. Definitely don't want Imperial Seal at this point. So next turn, maybe I can blow up the Mana Crypt. I could even reset them to 0 mana if I wanted. I could already sacrifice Construct, blow up Mana Crypt, then play Damnation, kill both our lands. That would put me ahead, but I would still be at 6 life, which is definitely scary. There gives them a lot of time to draw burn spells. I mean, I guess I could maybe seal after that and try to look for something. There's definitely something satisfying about reducing their board state to literally nothing, but they're gonna flame slash the Archon. Okay, that seemed great. I could just kill one of their creatures. So let's see, what's the worst case scenario for me here? They also kill the construct and attack, and I take 2 going to 4. If I just kill the Swift Spear, can I lose from here? It's really hard to lose from here if I just kill the Swift Spear, right? So let's just do that. It is unfortunate that it ate a Flame Slash, which wasn't gonna really do anything anyway. The figure, sure. Figure of Destiny is not something I'm scared of. Trying an Underground Sea, so I get Faithless Looting here. I think that's reasonable. I probably want to kill this Mana Crypt still. Although that leaves me open to potential attacks. Could just keep up the hero's downfall. What can I loot into for 2 mana that would matter? You get a counter spell of some sort. Animate that's gone. Shallow Grave, would that be good? Shallow Grave has a Phantasmal Image, that'd be pretty good. Alright, let's loot. I'll go 1, 2, 3. Okay, I got a sneak attack. Okay, I'm definitely getting rid of... Well, am I getting rid of Imperial Seal? God, going to 4 is just so dangerous. I don't have any way to draw a card on my own turn. So I think I have to get rid of it. Sneak attack's interesting. It could let me sneak in like a Ulamog or whatever. But really that's the only thing. My Titans I can just cast. Yeah, I'm just going to dump the sneak attack here. Play an Underground Sea and just make another blocker for now. And probably look to start attacking next turn, maybe. This could be scary. Hazoret. Okay. Hazoret is annoying. Can't actually kill it either. I have a chain lightning for my face. Sure. I will not prevent this. Or I will not copy it, I mean. Okay, they're not going to attack because they want to keep the hazard around to just burn me out, I imagine. So I'm probably going to Damnation here. So let's draw. Okay, Inferno Titan's good. Of course, I'm not double red for it, but that's fine. So we'll go Island. Do this, destroying their Mana Crypt. Sacrifice one of these. I'll attack them, and then just Damnation and exile the Hazoret. Okay. It's not a haste creature, that helps. Oh, that's a haste creature. Probably not the best order for them to play that in, but sure. So I'm going 2, so I can't cast any low cost spells now. Okay. It's annoying. It's 3 or less. Alright, well hopefully I just draw a red, because Inferno Titan would be pretty strong here. Draw Remand. That's less good. I can't even cast it, actually. So we're just looking at chumping here and still just hoping to draw red mana. And mono red's so good. It's tough to beat. Even when their mana screwed and everything. Can't imagine they don't just attack with both. That would be pretty insane. Block the 2/2. Go to 1. Alright, mountain. Oh, come on. Alright. That's unfortunate, but we do have at least a pretty excellent sideboard here with Languish. And I don't even mind Show and Tell. They do have a Hazoret to put in, which is like pretty annoying, but I figure our stuff's got to be better. Chupacabra is not amazing. I don't think I want that one. So yeah, I'll put in Show and Tell and Languish. Let's see what looks bad. The Night's Whisper looks pretty sketchy. And then what else is like slow? It doesn't much dice to everything, but it's still good. I can copy ETBs and stuff. I guess Imperial Seal again. I just don't want stuff that costs me too much life. And we'll run it like that. Alright, I will play first. And I'm not going to keep this one. How about this one? It's pretty bad. I get the miscalc their 2-drop. So mulligan, that's helpful at least. And if I draw 2 more lands, I get a sneak attack, and I can sneak in some like okay stuff. Oof. I think I have to mulligan this one too. It's not great. There we go. Alright, I guess I'm show and telling an Ashen Rider. Keep this. Keep 3 lands and get rid of Corpse Dance, I guess. Yeah, I mean, we have a plan. Hopefully it's good enough. Yeah, we'll use this to get a blue source. It's fine. Okay, them not having a 1-drop's nice. Steam vents here. Cliffs. Okay, Steamkin's fine. Nation's interesting. I'm curious if I want to do show and tell now or like delay a turn and try to get Damnation going. But I think I just go for it. I can always Damnation with my Ashen Rider in play. It's not that big a deal. Maybe I just hit a land here. This blocks pretty effectively. And still think just buys me a lot of time. Okay. Especially if they have a creature heavy hand, it's quite good. They'll eventually build up enough they want to attack, and then I have Damnation to follow up. Okay, Phantasmal Image is excellent. I think I'll just blow up another land. And then probably even attack at that point. I mean, they can burn it and attack me, but then they blow up their last land. Or I can kill one of their creatures if I want to. That seems fine. Yep, take my damage. Copy Ashen Rider. Continue killing their lands. Because I do know they have like 4 drops and stuff, so then I'll attack with this one. And if they kill this one, I'll probably kill a creature. Probably the Magda. Alright, they got a pretty land heavy hand, which is unfortunate. They got Chain Lightning. It's fine. Let's see, this thing's going to how many counters? Kind of a lot. Alright. Yeah, that's fine. Let's think. Yeah, I think the Magda is maybe scarier right now. So that generates extra mana for them. So this guy does too eventually, but at least has to get smaller first. I mean, I can sort of race them here too. They're hurting themselves with their Eidolon, so this is kind of fine. 5. Hopefully draw something relevant. Okay, Spellseeker hurts me, but I can go get... Let's see, I don't think I have anything for a single mana that does much. I can get a Duress, but that also hurts me. I can go get... I can reach Shallow Grave and bring my Phantasmal Image back the following turn. That's pretty decent. Then I still attack them. Let's see, they attack me back. Let's see, they kill this. So they have to have a burn spell for this, and they hit me for 6, and they still have to have 6 points of burn somehow. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this. Although, I guess Shallow Grave's bad if Spellseeker gets killed. It just gets the Spellseeker, which isn't so amazing. Let's figure this out. Okay. Yes, I'd like to use the ability. So, definitely not getting a Duress. Yeah, let's hit the top creature. So, if I do that with a Spellseeker, it's pretty bad. Still think I'll get it, though. I also have Damnation to follow up at some point if I need to. Let's just grab a Shallow Grave. I don't know if I should attack here or not. So let's say they play a land, they like bolt this, hit me for 6. I guess then they have extra mana off the Steamkin too. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold back for now. I think I can try and race them with the Shallow Grave here. They've had so many lands. Really should have just been exiling the creatures and they would have just been flooded. Would have worked out a lot better, I think, but yeah, sometimes things don't work out the way you want. Still feels like I'm in pretty good control of this game. They can't really attack here. I'm gonna draw. Okay, it's a land. That's sort of helpful. So I could Shallow Grave the Phantasmal Image, kill, say, the Steamkin, and then I'm reasonably comfortable with attacking. But they could respond to me casting Shallow Grave by killing the Spellseeker, which would be bad. So I might just wait until they use some of their mana here. Yeah, I think I have to wait until they don't have mana. or at least not as much mana available. Although they're on just 2 cards, maybe it's not that big a deal. I don't know. Okay, Hero's Downfall's interesting. That makes me want to attack with the Ashen Rider, and then if they do have removal for this, I can just Hero's Downfall the Steamkin and be in pretty okay shape. So I'll attack now. And I can even Shallow Grave the image in response to a removal spell if I need to. Pass here. They obviously know something's up, but... I mean, they have to do something now, because if I put them to 1, then the Eidolon just kills them, so... A tough and interesting match for it being mono red. Usually you just get run right over. But it's been some decisions made on both sides here. Feeling pretty confident here. We have a creature removal, and then Shallow Grave is a way to just remove any permanent at instant speed, which is pretty good. And it's hard for me to imagine them having 10 points of burn or 8 points of burn here out of their hand. It is possible, but it's just pretty unlikely. Okay, we're going to cast a Figure of Destiny, which then is going to put a counter on this, which would potentially give them more mana. So I think I kill the Steamkin in response. So then I go to 8. That's still fine, yeah. Let's go to Steamkin now. 2, 3. That way if they're trying to do any like big mana shenanigans, they can't. Alright. It's gonna do it. So on to game number 3. I can bring in my own Hazard. I don't think that's quite where we want to be though. I could put in like these triumphs and stuff. They do get rid of a creature for 2 mana. Maybe that's better than something. But I'm having trouble cutting cards already. So probably not the way to go. The rest seems fine. Yeah, I think I'll stick with what I've got. Alright, so here we are for the last game of the match, and this looks fine. We can go get blue to power up this miscalculation. We can go get a blue-black with this, I believe. Double check our mana base here. Yeah, we have an underground sea, so that's good. So I'll definitely keep this. And I have to decide if I loot on turn 1 or hold it. Okay, well, drawing a land, I think I'll go ahead and loot here. Try to dig to some slightly better action. Okay. Don't want to keep an Ulamog. I have an Entomb, so there's not really any reason to do that. I guess I'll just discard Swamp Ulamog. I guess that shuffles the Faithless looting away, which is a little bit bad, but we probably won't have time for that anyway. Alright, Alright, so they get to play a 2-drop here. We get to miscalc their next play and then follow up with the damnation at some point. Should be okay. Okay, just the 2-1's alright. It's not the Eidolon of Great Revels. That one's real scary. Go for Meyer here. If they don't have a play, we get to Impulse. If they do, we get to Miscalc. Both are fine. Okay, Mana Crypt's not great. Hopefully this is a 5-drop, and I can still counter it. Are they just casting out for the Prowess trigger? That doesn't scare me too much, but I imagine they're gonna have a follow-up. Okay, Pia and Kieran, yeah, I think I have to miscalc that. It would be nice to just pick it up with Damnation, but I don't think I can quite afford to do that. Just a little bit too much damage here. Let's grab the Underground Sea. Plus this miscalc isn't gonna counter a whole lot else, so. Draw Swamp. Alright, so now we get to Impulse and look for some sort of reanimation to pair with this Entomb. Seems good. I don't think there's any reason to do it now. I guess I could get a Duress or something. Yeah, let's do it. We got Heroes, Downfall, Liliana, and lands. I don't want the lands. I think I'd take a Lily here. That should be good post-damnation. Though it's not really what we were looking for. I have to decide also if I want to Entomb here or if I'd rather hold it, because depending if we get Shallow Grave or a real reanimation spell, I might want different targets. I'm probably just going to hold it. Okay, getting Chain Lightning isn't great. Okay, don't want to copy that. Okay, going to 7 here isn't great. Let's see if they have a follow-up of any kind. Okay, Grim, I'm happy with. Alright, that's fine. So now we'll go ahead and Damnation. And next turn we have Liliana plus Remand. It's not bad. I'm at 6 though, so like dying to burn's a pretty strong possibility here. It's a Hazaret. X spell of some sort. Walking Ballista for 2, okay. It's pretty annoying. It's one that Liliana is not particularly strong against because it just gets to kill it. Ugh. I could Liliana plus, but then they get just to attack it and use 1 counter to kill it, or they can just attack me and yeah, they can attack me and kill me. So that doesn't even work. I have to Liliana minus, I guess. No real choice here. Sucks, but is what it is. I think I still hold the Entomb just because being able to do the Eldrazi play here would be really good if we got that option. Yep. Liana's down, we take 1. Man, Walking Ballista of all things. Hazard would have actually been easier to deal with. Although I guess we would have taken a bunch of damage, so maybe not that great either. Alright, they're losing flips. I like that. Oh, Remand, literally anything at this point. Just draw a new card. And Remand's not accomplishing a lot. I mean, it'd be nice if it stopped them from actually playing something for the turn, but Smuggler's Copter. I mean, yeah, I guess. I did say I would do anything. Okay, Grave Titan's a pretty fine draw. They're not going to replay it? That's weird, but okay. Are they keeping 3 lands up for? Well, I have no idea, but I'm going to play Grave Titan, and it should be great. That kills pretty quickly. Especially if they keep losing their flips. Alright, so now we just have to hope we don't get burned out. We know one of their cards is in the burn spell, at least. Yeah, you have a Copter, that's fine. And an Eidolon. Okay. I draw land, that's not very good. So I attack with everything. Oh, they're just dead, right? So I'm missing something here. I guess they can maybe like bolt a zombie, but no, because the Eidolon would deal them damage, so this should be lethal. Sure. I mean, they can block with the Copter and loot. And potentially find some sort of weird kill. Oh, right, they get the chump. I'm dumb. Okay. That at least means they don't keep Eidolon around, though. So maybe that does something. Who knows? Now they need to find a creature to crew this and then a burn spell. We'll see. Any way this goes, this is one of the best games versus mono red I've had, I'll say that. Okay, yeah, Goblin Guide, crew the Copter. Makes a lot of sense. Then we'll just see if they find a burn spell or not. Or maybe they even have one already, who knows. Okay, yeah, Hellrider makes sense to discard. They obviously can't block. Here they have it. Uh-oh. Oh, is this a Vortex? That's going to be a kick in the teeth if they're running off Vortex here. Oh, Banefire for 2, okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, we lost to mono red. What's new, right? But a really interesting match, so I'm kind of all right with it. Obviously, they were digging pretty deep there. Next card was a Corpse Dance that would have not really done anything, but yeah, I think just the fact they had a walking ballista rather than literally any other creature, Liliana handles pretty nicely, but with Ballista, got killed. If we were able to make them discard cards with Liliana, we win that pretty easily, I think. But, oh well. On to match number 3. Hope to get a 2-1 out of this. I'll see you there. Alright, here we go. We're going to be on the play. Fantastic news. I mean, I have to keep this kind of hand, and unfortunately, this is the kind of deck this is, so we're going to keep this. And yeah, we have Liliana to ready. Sneak Attack does something. Probably lead on like Swamp, I guess. Don't want to expose this quite yet, and I'm not entirely sure what this is searching for yet. So. But probably a red source for... can it get a red source? I don't think it can, actually. So never mind on that one. Ah, well, here's our other red source. I will play this tapped. And then... we play like a mana dork that we can Liliana away. That would be pretty good. No, we're just going to play Signet. Sure, I guess we'll start with the ready then. Okay, Corpse Dance is interesting. Yeah, let's just play it already. I can start blowing their stuff up at some point here. So we're in some kind of control matchup, so it's going to be important. Still hoping they play creature. Liliana, definitely something I want to do. Obviously, if you draw something for sneak or corpse dance, that would be good. Though at this point, I can't really see anything going with corpse dance that isn't just better with sneak, but it's okay. Ooh, Ancient Tomb scary. This is gonna be some kind of 5-drop. Hopefully it's a creature. Stone Coil, okay, that's fine. They're thinking this is immune to Duretti, but of course they don't know that I have a Liliana, so that's fine. Ooh, Duress is a good draw here as well. Get a third black here, which is actually helpful because I want a Liliana and Duress this turn. So let's lead on Duress. Okay, they have Metalworker, Rex Sage, and a bunch of lands. That's not a very good hand right now. Let's go get a black. I guess she's gonna be a straight swamp. That's fine. We'll play Liliana and make them sacrifice their Stone Coil. Let's see, Metalworker, Reclamation Sage. I think this is still worth it, even though mana's not really a concern for them at the moment. Kill that, sacrifice that. Because they're probably going to want to get that Reclamation Sage in play if they don't draw anything, just to threaten my Planeswalkers, so I might as well not give them a target. Okay, Metalworker's fine. We're drawing a bunch of lands. Alright, so we'll go Duretti. We'll go discard. I'll just discard my land here. Okay, and I will play this land. And I don't really want to play this and give them a target for obvious reasons. So we'll see. Depending on what they do, it might depend on what I discard. Because Corpse Dance with Liliana in play is just as good as Sneak Attack, really. So they had 2 islands and a forest. Both the islands are gone, the Metalworker's gone. So they have Forest, Reclamation, Sage in hand, +1 known. Which was about to become a known. Forge Master? I mean, you just kill it with the ready. So that's fine. Oh, I see. They're going to Rex Sage, so I can't do that. Okay. But then they don't even have enough artifacts to actually use it. So it's still mostly fine. Though it is just a 3/5, I guess. That's the body's kind of relevant right now. Let's see what I draw here. Okay, Island's not amazing. So I've decided if I'd rather discard Corpse Dance or Island, and I think Island is probably the better thing to discard. So let's go make a construct. Make us both discard, I think. I could make them sack a creature, but is that good? So if they attack Liliana with everything next turn, I can't save it, but I can block the Reclamation Sage. And it's not even that good because I kind of need this construct around to destroy the Kuldotha. So maybe I just cash my Liliana, and I actually don't want to discard these cards all that much. I'm kind of okay with them sacrificing any of these, right? I mean, they'll sacrifice Reclamation Sage, and then they could attack Duretti. Still bad, but all I'm getting out of them is a forest. If I make them discard a card, does it really help? I guess this way, if they have to kill Liliana, then I at least get to ready that thing. Yeah, I think I do it this way. I'm not sure this is right, but okay. Play my sneak attack. Pass. I mean, hopefully they don't find an artifact. If they do, then they do. That's coming into ready. That's coming into ready. Okay, everything's coming into ready. So I'll just block the Reclamation Sage here. Take 4 under ready, and then make them sack one of their creatures. It's okay. Okay, we draw land. So plus, and then minus. Corpse Dance still not doing much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I hold the land in case I need to discard it to Liliana later. And now we're just looking at jumping every turn and trying to get value from the Planeswalkers here. I imagine this is coming at Lily. Block. All right, they're holding a card, so we get to potentially get some Lily value here. Okay, Shallow Grave, not really what I'm looking for. Let's go ahead and plus. And I think I'll just discard the Shallow Grave. I already have the Corpse Dance. I'd rather just keep my land around. And they have Counterspell. Make another thing. And pass again. And now I might just take the damage on Liliana. Relic? That's annoying. But we have the sneak attack, so it's less important, I guess. They're taking the ready. I'll definitely let them hit the ready. The ready's not doing anything. So once I have 2 of these, they can't actually attack anymore. I threaten the double block. Okay, Remand's pretty good. Let's definitely make a thing. I can blow this up at some point if I really need to, but 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, I'm just gonna discard the Corpse Dance here with Liliana. It's fine. So with the Relic, it doesn't really accomplish much. Yeah, okay, sure. I'll exile a random land. Okay. And then go ahead and pass. Look to remand anything they do. Oh, they're just gonna crack that. Okay, it's fine. Okay, they've got an artifact. Coercive Portal. I get to blow that up with the ready, so that's fine. We have one more thing potentially. No, it's not a Coercive Portal. That's a Consecrated Sphinx. Alright, well, yeah, I definitely remand that. Trying a Frantic Search. Okay, that could be good. Let's draw for turn. Oh, I just draw Inferno Titan. Okay. Doesn't stop the Sphinx, but deals a lot of damage. Let's see. I can hit them for 6, 9, 12, 13, 14. I actually use Frantic Search to get lethal here. So I can use Frantic Search to untap 2 mountains to effectively generate more red. So I'll have 4 red mana, which means I can pump this by 3. So I'm 1 short. Okay. But I might draw a red source. Yeah, well, let's go 1, 2, 2, 3. Play Frantic Search and leave up both red. Come on. Try an Impulse and Damnation. Interesting. The Damnation doesn't really do anything. So I guess I'll discard Island and Damnation. Then I'll untap 1, 2, 3. I just have to double check the math again. So I put this in. I have 3 floating, so this becomes 9. 9 plus 6 is 15. Yeah, so it puts them at 1. I mean, it's honestly not bad still. I guess if I get then kill Metalworker, they can't even deploy the... Yeah, I guess I can Impulse first because I can put them at 2 and that still stops the Ancient Tomb, which is fine. So let's go blue, Impulse. Does Phantasmal Image do it? And Tomb doesn't do it. This calculation's interesting. Oh, Phantasmal Image does do it because I can put it in off the sneak attack. Yeah. Okay. So let's go Phantasmal Image. Any order is fine. Sneak attack. Put in Inferno Titan. Hit you for 3. Okay. Sneak attack. Put in Phantasmal Image. Copy Inferno Titan. Hit you for 3. And that's lethal. Alright. That took a hot minute. The Relic of Progenitus is a little scary. It's fortunate they just happen to have that. Rex Sage is annoying. So they're playing like a blue-based artifact deck. They're splashing green for some stuff. Okay. Don't think I have much in terms of artifact data. I have this to make them sack an artifact. Maybe that's good. I could splash a Trigon, actually. I have the green fixing for it, right? Maybe that's something I want. Definitely don't want Show and Tell. None of that seems that good. Yeah, I think I might do this. So let's cut that, bring in Bayou. That's plenty of green sources. And then we'll bring in a Trigon and just cut something. Which is always the tricky bit, of course. This matchup's slower, so I don't want to cut cards that like hurt me or whatever. Ashen Rider seems good. Maybe I cut one of Shallow Grave Corpse Dance since they have the relic. Makes them a bit weaker. Yeah, let's cut a Corpse Dance, see how that goes. Okay, this hand looks fine. We're on the draw, but it's alright. We have Miscalc, Knight's Whisper, potentially Liliana. Maybe we get this Trigon in play, who knows? Hopefully they don't have too much acceleration, though an artifact deck typically does. Alright, Steam Events, don't pay the life. And since we drew an extra land, I'm going to keep up Miscalc over playing Knight's Whisper the following turn. When they have nothing, that's even better. Get the Cliffs into play. Okay. Now we're kind of getting there. We can Liliana the Grave Titan in. Hopefully they make a play here. Okay, well, that's not the play I was hoping for, but sure. Yeah, I'll miscount that. All right, draw. More lands is totally fine. We'll play Liliana. I can probably just discard the Grave Titan here. Have a Force Negation, maybe? Oh, this can go get a green source, so we can play this Trigon, which is pretty nice. Yeah, they're going to force here, pitching Consecrated Sphinx. Okay. It's unfortunate, but they are down a lot of cards now, at least. Trigon maybe can do some work, and we still can just cast this Grave Titan. Dynamo is annoying. Frantic Search. Okay, so I could Shallow Grave the Titan here if I wanted. Is that going to be good enough? I mean, it hits them for 6, and it makes me a bunch of 2/2s. It's kind of a lot of pressure. So then I have to do this. I have to discard 2 cards, though. I think I might just get the Trigon into play this turn. Take it a little bit slower. Get my Bayou. 1. I mean, they could easily accelerate into something massive, but if they get something massive, 4 2/2s probably aren't going to beat it anyway, so... This way we can save this for, like, if they play a Planeswalker here or something, we at least have haste going for us. Metal Worker is certainly not something I'm worried about. And that's all they're doing. Perfect. Okay, looting's good too. Kind of want to lead on Night's Whisper and hope I hit a land. And then I can go boom, boom, boom. I guess it's safer to lead on looting. Though it gives me less choices. Yeah, let's just lead on this. I have to leave up a black and a red ideally, so this and like Bayou or something. No, I can't leave up. Yeah, I can. Okay. Let's do that. Oh, there's Entomb. Okay. That's even better. So let's go. I mean, they have a bunch of untapped mana, but I'm not that worried about it. If they have something, then they have something. Let's just get Underground Sea here. Then I'll just go Entomb and Shallow Grave on my Eldrazi. It seems solid. I don't think I need to hold priority because there's going to be a trigger. Let's just turn off all my auto yields just in case. Go get Ulamog. Cast Shallow Grave. Attack. I mean, they can sacrifice all their artifacts, which makes the Trigon a lot worse, but they're still down just 2 lands. So that seems okay to me. I still have a bunch of looting effects here. If I hit a land, I can just play Grave Titan too. Okay, that's a pretty good draw for them. So probably just play the Grave Titan here. Attack. Not a lot of ways to lose from here. Okay. Yeah, all right. Managed to get that one, pull out the 2-1. Real close there on the mono red match. Wish we could have won that one and gotten the trophy, but oh well, that one gets away. It's okay. It was a lot of fun games. Got to play with Reanimator. Haven't done that yet, so hopefully you enjoyed some Reanimator action, and thank you for watching. I'll see you for the next one.